Hi everyone, I'm Toopsie. Welcome to my channel. Today, it's not about cooking, it's not about fashion, it's not about hair. I have decided to start something different. I've been thinking about it for a while, but I came to a conclusion where I feel as though that myself and many of you, out here in the entire world, because everybody in the world, different parts of the world, look at YouTube and look at the videos, and I feel as though that, many people out here may have experienced what I'm about to start or gonna learn something from it. Okay, it's called Life in Raw State. This is what this series is called, and this is going to be chapter 1, and it's going to be 17 years. Chapter 1, 17 years. I myself was involved with someone for 17 years. Okay. What was that? May 15th, 1996. Okay, we met. I always used to go out on the weekends because I worked hard during the week, and I feel as though, my son would either be at his friend's house, or he'd be at my aunt's house, or he would either be at, at home, him and my nephew, because my nephew used to, come over and chill with us, during the weekend. So you figure mainly on a Friday, it wasn't really the whole weekend that I would go out. It was like on a Friday. So I used to always really partied a lot in the city. The city was my thing for us back in the day, hanging out or whatever. And I come through, where I live at, where I reside at now, and chill. And, back then where I live, here, bars and clubs and stuff was kind of popping back then. You know what I'm saying? So I figured I'd be here and, and go to the bars and, meet up with a lot of my friends, my girlfriends, and, see what was going on. So this particular night, I never went out to be looking for anyone. That was never my intentions. I love to dance, and it was always me putting my business out there. You know what I'm saying? And I will get into that. I'm going to cover chapters a little bit about everything, a lot of different things, So it was like, socializing and getting people, to know what I do and, and how good I am, into the real estate business or whatever. So that's pretty much what it was. It wasn't about meeting anybody or whatever. That wasn't the case. That was the last thing that I was actually looking for, But I actually was at this particular bar. Well, it's not a bar, it's a club. I was at this particular club, and I happened to look over, and the guy that wanted to talk to me started talking to me first. That was with the man that I was with for 17 years. But, he was nice, or what? The other guy was nice and all, but just basically, completely was not my type. Real cool dude, but, as to be, cool friends with, but not what he was looking for at first, like to really get with me, talk to me. And I was like, oh, no, you are not my type. But so, he asked to buy me a drink, so I went over towards the bar, and the people that he was with, the guy that I was with and some other people, me and him caught eye contact. And he stared at me, and I, took a couple glances at him. So the guy got me my drink, and I went back up because it was a 2-story club. So I went back upstairs, and later on he came upstairs too. So I was like, all right, and you know, we started dancing. So he whispered in my ear. He was like, it's my birthday. So I was like, oh, okay, how cool. So we started dancing or whatever. And after, you know, the club was over, it turned out we were all standing outside. And, you know, we exchanged telephone numbers. Because basically what I would do is I would leave from where I live at and head to New York, you know. So he was like, well, can I see you tonight? So I was like, I did have other plans, you know. It's my business, you know. I gotta it's about my money. It was all about my money, but I was like, okay, I'll tell you this. I'm gonna go home and I'll wait until 11:30. If you don't show up by then, I'm sorry, my bad. By 2:30. If you don't show up by 2:30, then I'm out. I got business to handle, whatever. So I go home and I'm sitting there, and he was like 10 minutes late. And I was just about to leave when he pulled up. So, make that long story short, you know, he came in or whatever. So we sat up and talked all night. His looks was very deceiving. You know, if you look at him, you would think, oh, hardcore thug, this and this and that. But I try not to completely just judge a person straight off when they look. I try to give you an opportunity, you know, to see, you know, what we got in common, you know, how your intellectual state is, how you can sit and hold a conversation. You can't hold me no conversation. We got nothing going on. I can't deal with someone that, you know, is not relatable. You know, you can't even sit and have a decent conversation unless they talking real crazy and gangsta. That's not my style. So we sat up and talked like pretty much until morning. You know, I think it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not going to lie. This was the first man that I actually slept with. And that didn't happen until 6 o'clock in the morning. After we had stayed up, like really just talking, you know, and talking about all types of stuff all night. So the next, you know, early that morning came. Actually, it was around about 8 o'clock, and my brother and his girlfriend had actually came over. Well, actually, it was my brother's girlfriend. It was him and a good friend of his at that time, and came over and interrupted. I was like, "What are you doing here?" All the time, what are you doing here right now? I got company, you know. So he was like, "Oh, I didn't know you had company or whatever." So I was like, "Yeah, it's okay." So I mean, things was going good. You know, things was going really good. You know, we had 2 months had went by. No, about a month had went by. I'm sorry. About a month had went by. And I was coming from work. And what that was about my son. You know, he loved to take naps. My son, he come from school. I mean, he out. He do his homework. You know, especially after he come outside and play, do his homework. It is nap time for him. So I come home and I noticed that my porch door was, because I lived in a townhouse, so my porch door was open. His brand new bike that my aunt and I just like literally bought, that was like $200 and some, that was gone. I go in my bedroom and mad, and when I tell you I own and had mad gold. I mean gold, not your cheap gold. Was gone. Like the big bulk of it was gone. And I get panicked at this point. I'm like, oh my God. So my son's room, because I live in a townhouse, so my bedroom and living room, kitchen, all that was on the first floor, so his room was on the second floor, along with the, with the loft area. I ran upstairs and I'm thinking, oh my God, my child, and he's in the bed, sleep.